Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to talk about the 6 stocks that I bought this week and the 2 stocks that I sold. There's a little bit of a change around in the portfolio. I'll talk about the reasons why I sold these two, and with these companies I'll try give it a brief kind of like 1 minute, 2 minute on why I kind of bought more of these companies. Most of them were companies that I currently own as well. I'll kind of break them down. Probably not as much detail as I'll probably have a few videos on the channel like going into more detail about these ones. I'll kind of keep it nice and brief so I can fly through these companies pretty quick because there's a few to get over. I guess really the main reasons why I bought a lot more than what I normally do this week is because January was a bit of a month where I generally didn't buy anything. I was trying to look for some valuations, couldn't really find too many good valuations, so I didn't really spend that much in January. Looking now, I've found a few decent opportunities that I think I'll buy into. I still want to have some sort of plays that even though I think the stock market's probably a little bit higher value than what it should be, if there's a new stimulus check, if the market goes up a bit more, I still want to be playing a part in that rally. So I'm not going to let where I think the market's at affect me too much. Don't get me wrong, I'm still holding a cash pile, but if we still see the stock market go, 5%, 10%, 15% higher, I still want to have a few plays in here, and I just don't want my cash sitting at the side, because the two companies I sold, one of them was one of my biggest UK positions, and also the other one I had 100% return on, so I had a position that I doubled my money on in like 7 months. And because of it being the end of the month, which ties in a lot with some of my income streams coming in, so I got a nice bit of money coming in, and also with the gains that I had on these two stocks, I had a cash pile of like 30%, and I was like, I don't want it to carry on going up. And with these sales and also a new batch of income coming in, my cash pile was like pushing 35, nearly 40%. And I don't want to have that much cash on the side, even if I still think the stock market is in a very high position. So I wanted to take it back down to 30% cash pile, and to do that, I had to put some more money in the market and try to find some good opportunities, which I think were these guys here. So I'll try not to spend too long on them, but if you could smash the like button, that'd be absolutely amazing before we do get into it. If you do want to know when I'm buying and selling these companies, so this week I was posting on Patreon when I was exactly buying these companies and when I was selling these companies. There's a link in the description there. There's also some exclusive content on there. And if you do want to start buying shares, there's a link to a free trade account and trading 2 and 2 account. You join through there and you get a free share as well. But we'll get stuck onto these companies. So I think first of all, we'll start off with the two companies that I sold, which are both beginning with the letter G. I left the letters on for you guys to try and have a guess. Both have the letter G for the companies that I sold. So we'll take a look at these two first. So first one, GWPH. I made a video on this one the other day, so I won't spend too long on it. And Greggs is a company that I didn't sell my total position, I just took 10% profit from that position. So we start with the top one, GWPH is a company that I invested in 7 months ago. The company got bought out this week by Jazz Pharmaceuticals, and they paid a nice premium on it. I bought in like $100 something, they ended up paying $200 and then $20 stock. The stock price went up to $217, I believe it was. I was like, I'm getting a lot more cash than what they're going to pay out for me. I'm not bothered about getting the Jazz Pharmaceuticals share because I'm just going to end up selling it anyway. Let me get my cash right now and let me start buying some companies. So that's what I did. It was a nice 100% return on that one. I won't spend too long on it because I did do a video on it earlier this week. But that was a nice 100% return on that company in 6 months. So with that new income coming in, I was like, let's get that straight back into the stock market. And that's why I bought some of these guys. Next up, Greggs. So Greggs has been on an incredible run at the moment. I think it's at the highest point it's been since COVID. And I was up like nearly 50% on Greggs. It's my second biggest position in the UK portfolio. And I was like, this is probably a bit too much of a rich valuation for Greggs at the moment. To be kind of at this sort of price when it's still kind of not really near 2019's number. We need the high street open, we need people moving around. Like at the moment, I know Greggs inside and outside. I know the company very well, and I know if they bring their financial reports right now, the numbers that they will pull out through the month of January and February so far won't be very good because we're in a total lockdown. And because of that, there won't be that many people going to the high street, and Greggs' revenue and everything like that will be not amazing at the moment. So for Greggs now to be at a higher point than what it has ever been, I was like, it's still not going to pull out amazing numbers. Now, I guess you can argue like maybe in a few months we'll be back to like normality, and that's why it's going a little bit higher. But at the same time, there's so many UK companies that aren't exactly doing that as well. So there's not really any catalyst for why this stock's gone up. It's gone up probably a bit too much than what it should have done. So because of that, I was like, I'm going to take some risk off the table. It's a bit of a higher valuation than what it should be. And then I sold 10% on Greg's, and then I can go invest it in some more companies. So yeah, Greg's is just kind of trimming some profits. Probably a bit of a higher valuation than what it should be right now. And yeah, I thought that was a nice little 10% profit to put into some more companies. So I'll go through the 6 companies that I bought. I'm currently recording this with the stock market still open, so there might be 2 companies that I do actually buy that aren't going to be on this list, and I'll probably make a video on maybe Monday and Tuesday talking about them companies, because I feel like because there'll be brand new companies that I don't own, so I'll let you know about that one. You guys on the Patreon, you probably, if I do buy them, you'll know which companies they were, but we'll go through these 6 companies that I did buy this week. So the first 3 are the companies you guys know about that I talked about on the free stocks to buy yesterday. So I did buy all 3 of these companies this week. Shopify is a company that I've been averaging into quite heavy. Unfortunately, the problem is this position's already up like 7%, which is an absolute killer, because it's like everything I'm buying at the moment just keeps going up and up, and I can't buy like full positions in any company at the moment because I'm literally buying it and it's going up. I'm averaging up every time, and it's just a nightmare. So I'm at a point now, I bought quite a lot of Shopify this week. I might buy a little bit more. I did buy a decent chunk, but not as much as what I was hoping. So hopefully, yeah, just a market correction in general would be very well welcomed, because I'm fed up of buying companies and them going up. I just want them to go like flat or go down, and then I can build them. So yeah, I did buy some shares in Shopify this week. Currently up 7%, I believe, on that one already. Next up, DraftKings. So I did start buying some shares in DraftKings. I just got fed up of waiting for this company to come down. Sort of ARK was buying it, and I was like, right, this is probably the end of it being at these sort of prices. It's probably going to go up even more than this. So I was like, right, let's start buying some DraftKings shares. Currently, I think I'm up like 2 or 3% on them one at the moment. Hopefully it goes down. Would love to go down like to the $50, the $40 range, and I could buy that one quite a lot. Potentially DraftKings is if it goes down to the $40 mark, DraftKings could potentially be my biggest position. We'll see what happens exactly there. And then Glu obviously was the last pick. I did buy a few more shares in Glu. This is the only one that's kind of working in my favour at the moment. I'm down a little bit on that one, but that means I can actually average in properly on that one. So yeah, Glu Mobile as well was another one that I bought. So these 3 companies I did mention yesterday that I would buy, and have done. And yeah, these are definitely the most attractive valuations for new companies in the portfolio at the moment. So the last 4 is Visa. So Visa has been on a little bit of a drop recently, and with it being on that little bit of a drop, I was like, you look at a lot of the payment companies and like PayPal and Square, they've just gone up crazy amounts. But these guys like Visa and MasterCard, I mean, I don't know why they're just like going down more than anything and not participating, because historically Visa and MasterCard, like the company's share price has just steadily gone up, and it's a lovely thing to be an investor and buy these sort of companies, and you just see the share price just trend nicely upwards. You know, there's a few companies that I own like that, which is like Microsoft, InMode, Callaway Golf as well. You know, they're really nice companies to own because they just trot along in the background and go up and cause no drama to your portfolio. So Visa was one that I saw on a dip. I was like, I don't know why it's dipped so much. Maybe it just needs, high street back open, people to be back paying with contactless and stuff like that, people going out more. Maybe that's what it is, but yeah, I saw Visa on a dip. I was like, right, let me just buy some more shares in that one. So I did do S4 Capital. So it's the only at the moment, the only UK company I'm kind of buying at the moment. So yeah, I saw, while it's S4 Capital is trending nicely around this £5 mark, it's a company I'm just buying more and more of. Because like I say, when you work out the valuation of S4 Capital and like what it could be 2 years down the line, it does seem like a very cheap stock on the UK front right now. And number 6 was Amazon. So I bought some more shares on Amazon. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. It was before earnings. So I thought earnings are going to be good. I thought I'll just buy a bit more here. And then obviously we had earnings, which were really good. And then Jeff Bezos said he's leaving CEO role. And I was like, oh, that's a bit of a game changer. So I bought some more Amazon shares. Amazon was potentially going to be quite a big position in my portfolio. Now with the management change, this is probably the last time I'm going to buy it right now. And I'm probably just going to hold that as like a medium-sized company, so I have some exposure in Amazon. But I'm definitely not going to sell my shares. I still think it will be a fantastic company. So yeah, those are the 2 stocks that I bought. 2 stocks that I sold, or kind of like trimmed some profit on, I guess, for that one. And these were the 6 stocks that I did buy this week. I think they're a very good mix, and I think they'll all do very well. Like I said, there might be 2 more companies that I might buy. I'll let you know on that one. I'll see what goes on for the rest of this day as a Friday, and then might buy them. I'll do a separate video on them because there'll be two new companies that I don't own before. One of them is a Chinese stock. I'll give that one a little bit of a clue, and the other one is because GWPH was in the MJ space. I kind of lost an MJ play, so I'm probably looking at getting a new MJ stock in my portfolio, and it's a penny stock. And I won't tell you any more than that because I think you'll be able to get which company that is without me saying any more. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed me sharing my list of stocks I bought this week. Was a very good week in the stock market. I mean, there was some insane gains. But yeah, thank you so much. If you could smash the like button, if you are new, subscribe. That'd be absolutely amazing. And I'll see you on the next video.